Time now for your forewarned weather with Chief Meteorologist Alana Brophy.
All right, we're checking back in with Alana, who's live in St. George. And look at you, Alana. You're just on this picture-perfect day over at Black Desert Resort.
You know, Sarah, our whole state is a postcard, and it's Earth Day, so how can you not be outside celebrating Mother Earth? And what we have to offer right here in the Beehive State is a fantastic day. You know, Earth Day dates back to 1970. More than 190 countries participate. This year's theme was the planet versus plastics, and it's just nice to be outside and enjoying the gorgeous spring weather that we're seeing. I'm live in Washington County, where those temperatures have been running above average. It's spring warmth at its finest as you look at those numbers. In St. George, 88 degrees. Out at the St. George Airport, where I'm standing, we have hit 90 and dropped back down into the upper 80s, but overall a really beautiful day in southern Utah. As we look at those temperatures for the rest of the Beehive State, you're going to see the 70s popping up along the Wasatch Front. How pretty is that? Can we stamp that passport for the next couple of days? Because that is stunning spring weather, and it is so pretty. Upper 60s, 67 right now in Logan. We've got some 70s on the eastern side of the state, 88 down there in St. George, and we have some 80s towards Lake Powell, Four Corners area in the 70s. So overall, above average warmth, even with a dry cold front moving through the state. Satellite radar shows in the last several hours, we've watched those clouds in south central Utah. The slight chance of an isolated shower does persist, and the chance for that is really over the higher terrain, which you notice here on the satellite in the last little bit. Can't rule out maybe a pop-up shower elsewhere, so eyes to the skies. Even on the most beautiful day, when we're above average, we get a little bit of instability. Looking at the wind speeds right now, you're going to notice the southwestern corner of the state brings in additional wind. It's really towards Iron County, and then on the eastern side of the state, places like Vernal, as well as over towards Moab, seeing those double digits. Along the Wasatch Front, winds are a little quieter. The wind easily spreads pollen, and as we look at the pollen map, you're able to see high pollen. It's tree pollen this time of year that has really taken over. That tree pollen, which you're noticing in red, really persisting for the basin, the Wasatch Front, and into southern Utah. This time of year, with the tree pollens eventually dwindling, will open the door for grass pollen, which is our main pollen culprit as we head into the summer. Futurecast shows us what to expect. We've got some changes brewing, a little more cloud cover as we get through the next couple of days. You're going to notice that on the Futurecast as we put this into motion. Here we are by Tuesday at 8 o'clock. This is when our ridge of high pressure amplifies a little bit. It flattened today, but it bounces back, allowing for warmth Tuesday and Wednesday. But as we head into Thursday, notice a little bit of spotty moisture up towards the Wasatch Front and on the western side of the state. Keep that in motion Thursday into Friday, and Friday becomes more widespread as a storm system will move in and bring wet weather. We're expecting isolated to scattered rain showers, noticeable here by 10 a.m. in northern and central Utah. That becomes more widespread throughout the state as we head into our Saturday. So forewarning you now, some wet changes are around the corner. Temperatures for tomorrow with that ridge amplifying, jumping back because of the high pressure, which you notice in our upper level Futurecast. That high is in control for the next 2 days. Then here comes that area of low pressure. It's moving in to the desert southwest, bringing our first round of moisture, but a trailing system from the Pacific Northwest brings round 2, which is why Saturday has the chance of some showers. As we look at the regional, how about some 70s? Absolutely love it. Upper 60s in Cache Valley, 70s along the Wasatch Front, 80s again in St. George, and we'll see those 80s on the eastern side of the state with mostly sunny skies in places like Moab. Next 7 days in Washington County, showing off the 80s, turning to 70s, so our above average warmth cools a little bit, still very pleasant in St. George over the next 7 days. Isolated showers do pop up towards the close of the work week. We follow a similar pattern for the Wasatch Front. You're going to see those numbers tumbling just a little bit, our above average warmth. I'm going 80 on Wednesday because I'm a gambler, a little optimistic there. I think the potential will be there with southwesterly winds, but then we drop into the 60s and then the 50s with wet weather showing up. So those changes brewing and more seasonal temperatures right around the corner. So an active week ahead of us, but for now, on Earth Day, we are loving the sunshine, loving St. George, and the Wasatch Front in the 70s is near picture perfect. We'll send it back over to Sarah.